Hello, my name is Sean and this is Cruise Through Life. Today I have to tell you about this Embarkation Day story. So if you watched my vlog from my most recent cruise, I sailed out of Jacksonville on the Norwegian Gem and Embarkation Day was rough. Now, some of this, I will admit, was not Norwegian's fault. Some of it, though, you could be the judge. So, day started out fine. Got through the port, super easy, got parking, stood in line. They weren't quite letting people in yet. They started letting people in, so we started walking in, and, mom's going, a little slow with her cane, and lady comes up, hey, is she gonna need, extra help, getting on the ship? And we're like, that would be fantastic. We can do that. So she took us past the line to a separate area, told us, have a seat. And when they open up, go through security. Okay, cool. So did that. As we're going through security, my carry-on bag got flagged to be searched. They told me it was the magnets because, it's a big block of metal. So they told me it was the magnets after they searched my bag, but so they had to open up my carry-on bag. Again, if you watched one of my other videos I have from before this cruise, I showed all of the stuff that I put in my carry-on bag. And so open that up, it all just kind of spills out, and you're poking through it to find the issue, find the magnets. Okay, cool. So then I have all of my stuff, like book bag open, stuff spilling out in a bin. And the lady's like, you can take your bin and go over there, put your bag back together, and then just bring us the bin back. All right, cool. I'm going to do that. Just beeline it. Closest set of chairs I can find, right? It's a close surface, so I'm out of everybody's way. I put the stuff down, pack it all up. So find a chair, put the thing down, get my bag all situated, zipped back up. Also going through this, going through security and everything, having to go through metal detectors, I was taking stuff out of my pocket, just shoving it in the bag and in the bin, and that was a whole thing. That's why I thought I lost my keys on day one, because I was just shoving stuff places, and so I get my bag all back together, but as I'm doing that, they take one of those stanchions with the bar, the like separate queues and stuff, and they blocked us off from where we were going. So, okay, whatever, from where security was, not really where we were going, but they blocked us off from where, the security check-in was. So I kind of took the bin, went around it, and put it down, and, went back to where Mom was sitting in the chairs. And this flood of people starts coming towards us. And they're guiding people, go sit here, go sit here, go sit here. So I, go to the guy who was on the other side of the barrier that they put up while I was packing up my bag. I said, look, she needs, assistance getting on the ship. Where do we go? And he's like, well, go over to the area that says special assistance and talk to the lady there. Okay, cool. So we go over there, get the lady and say, hey, she's going to need a wheelchair, blah, 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 blah. And she goes, well, we're not going to have enough room, so just have a seat here. Okay, great. So we're sitting there, and we're sitting there for probably, 5-ish minutes or so. And I start realizing that all the people that are being funneled in to sit around us and in this little area, they've gone through check-in. They've got their boarding cards that tell them when to get on. They've got their cruise cards. They've gone through check-in already. We haven't done that. We just went through security. So I go back to the lady and I say, hey, look, I just realized, we didn't go through check-in because, he told us to come to special assistance, talk to the lady over here by special assistance, you're the lady by special assistance, you told us there's no room for, anybody else with a wheelchair, so sit here. And she's like, oh, well, you go back and talk to the first guy that you went to, and he'll, tell you, where you need to go as far as, getting checked in and everything. I'm like, okay, great. Because by this point, the line is absolutely massive and out of control. So I go back to that guy, and he's like, well, you got to go talk to this person over here. So I go and I talk to that person over there, and she sends me, well, because I told him, look, we have priority access. She needs a wheelchair. Like, we got past, from here to here to here to here. Like, where do we need to actually go? So he's like, well, go talk to this lady. Well, the lady that he sent me to talk to was the lady who is in charge of the, like, Haven lounge area, not really the priority access people. So she's a Haven. So I'm like, look, this is, I talked to this person who sent me to this person, sent me to this person, sent me to this person, who sent me to you. So what do I do? And she's like, oh, well, you gotta go talk to, this person over here by special access. I'm like, I've been there. That's what started this mess. But okay, whatever. So whenever I talked to a different lady this time over by the special access, and she was fantastic. She took my mom's name, room number, told me, here, you stand in line, so she can sit, and when you get close to the check-in for this line that is supposed to be for the people who need special assistance, and I think it was also the priority access line, to be honest, because we'll talk about that later. But, so I get in line, we get up to the place, and I am the next person in line who is going to check in. And the people behind the counter go, that's it, we're not checking anybody else in right now, just wait. Now, by this point, I'm a little frustrated because I should have been checked in already. If people hadn't bounced me around and told me where I was actually supposed to go the first time around, I'd have gone through this process already, right? And I was a little frustrated. I'm next one in line to get checked in. I should already be checked in. I've got priority access. Now, the reason why this part happened, this is not entirely Norwegian's fault. Actually, it's not Norwegian's fault at all. There was a Coast Guard inspection, so they couldn't start letting people onto the ship until the Coast Guard was done with their inspection. So once all the seats that they had for people ran out, they had nowhere else to send people once they finished checking them in. So they stopped the check-in process. Okay, cool. I understand that. Not gonna gripe too much about that. Once I figured out what was going on and the reason for it was, I was like, okay, not gonna gripe. I get it. Nothing they can do. Coast Guard is Coast Guard. What? You want to say hi? Come here. Come here. He's not going to say hi. He doesn't like the chair being there. So anyway, so we're standing in line for a while. Mom's sitting off to the side because she came up because I was, close to the front of the line. So she's sitting off to the side. I'm standing in line, second one to go. And all of a sudden, they start letting people board. Haven people, priority access, or Havens, regular suites, priority access, group 1. Wait a minute. You're letting people go. Why aren't you starting to check people back in? Especially like the special assistance people. and the priority access people. And we're standing there, and there was a gentleman behind me who admittedly worked the system, because he started making a ruckus. And he's like, look, I would like to get checked in. I have priority access. I'm standing here. Like, can we get this show on the road? And the people pulled him up from where he was in line, probably 3-4 people behind me, and started checking him in. I'm like, well, wait a minute. If he's getting checked in, I would like to get checked in. I've got priority access too. Like, what are we doing here, people? This is why lines exist. Okay? So, all right, we're going to start this line moving, start checking people in. And they start checking people in, and then, again, I get checked in, we get mom checked in, and then we're finally able to, we had to wait, I think we had to wait for a wheelchair to come back for her. But we were finally able to, go get on the ship. And that was just such a poorly handled situation, in my opinion. I mean, you should have had, first of all, people should have told me where to go correctly in the first place. I was like, look, she needs a wheelchair. We've got priority access. Where do we go? We should have been sent straight to special assistance. And when I told the lady over there that we're going to special assistance because she needed a wheelchair, she shouldn't have said, we're not going to have enough room, so sit down. Because that's not what we were there for. We weren't checked in yet. We were trying to go to the wheelchair people. And that's, the main thing that caused all the hassle. Then everybody bouncing back and forth, and then, them stopping check-in and letting people board, but not starting check-in back up again. I don't know. It was a rough little day going through port and security. Once we got through it, though, it was great. I'm sure if you've seen the vlog, other than me thinking I lost my keys. But I hope you enjoyed this story of my miserable security. If you did, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I do read all the comments and respond to them, so do that. And one other thing I wanted to do in this cruise, or not this cruise, this video, I wanted to announce my next cruise. So as of recording this, it's now Saturday the 10th of January, and on January 30th, I will be sailing on the Celebrity Constellation for Comic-Con the Cruise. So that's very exciting. We're leaving out of Tampa. It's a 4-day cruise, short little hop down to Nassau and back. So if you happen to be on the Comic-Con cruise, let me know that too. If you see me, say hi. The tattoo's kind of obvious, so you'll know it's me. Even if you don't see my face all that well with the hats. But if you see me, say hi. And lament with me a little bit that it's the last Comic-Con cruise. At least the last one that they have planned for the future. So, which is very, very sad. But I'm going to make sure that I enjoy it to the fullest, because it's the only Comic-Con cruise I will have been on. So I hope to see you on board sometime soon.